Gillette Stadium, Foxborough, Massachusetts, all set for the NFL on CBS. The Jets and the Patriots ready to tangle again. Hello, friends. Jim Nantz and Phil Simms here. New England has just won the toss and has deferred. So there's a little story here right off the top because the Jets had a strategy about first possession in this game, Phil.
Well, I think the Jets were hoping their defense could go on the field, kind of set the tone, and get some confidence in their whole football team. But Bill Belichick, he turned down the toss last week. He kicked off. He does it here again today, and I think immediately it puts a little pressure on that Jets offense.
You know, when we had talked to the Jets last night, we're going to be playing, by the way, in like summer weather here. It's 82 degrees, just gorgeous. Mark Sanchez will be coming out right away after a battering last week at Baltimore. But talking to Rex Ryan last night, he really felt like had the Patriots won the toss that they would be, again, this situation would be reversed. They'd be taking the football, and his defense would be up there because the Patriots had first possession touchdown drives all 4 games this year, and he was going to defer had he won the toss. Again, he was going to go against the odds and say, let's go out and set a pace and a tone to this game right away. So McKnight is back waiting for the Gostkowski kick. McKnight, who ran one back 107 yards against the Ravens last Sunday, and this one bounces through the end zone, and Sanchez and the Jets will commence from the 20. Coming off a performance last week that no one in this organization was proud of. Managed about 150 yards total. 7 first downs. Sanchez 31% throwing in that game. Is again, he just never had a chance. But they do have Nick Mangold is back after missing the last 2 games. And that's a significant difference maker right there. And then you've got Green. And this Jets rushing game that's 30th in the league. It's been nowhere to be found through the first 4 weeks. A lot of that, though, has to do with the last 2 weeks without Mangold. They fake to Green, and here's the pressure. The pass over to Green, and he is taken out of bounds after a 5-yard gain. Now, New England is last statistically in defense in the league, 32nd, and 32nd against the pass. A defense that includes the longtime Jet Ellis on that defensive front for New England. Guyton in for Mayo, who's going to be out for a while with a knee. Patrick Chung had an interception last week in New England's win out at Oakland. Sanchez took a hit on that first pass play. Carter hit him after the throw. A handoff inside at Green, plowing ahead for 3. So a 3rd and 2 on the way for the Jets. And Sanchez, man, he has been taking a pounding, hasn't he, Phil?
He really has. And, of course, that's a lot of questions about this Jets offensive line. But when you let your quarterback get hit a lot, it affects his decision-making.
We'd like to welcome those of you who saw the Chiefs win for the 2nd straight week. Jim Nantz, Phil Simms, 3rd and 2 opening series of the game. And New York's pass knocked away by Lee Bodden. And a 3-and-out for New York.
Well, it's like clockwork if you're the New England defense here. What do they expect? Some tough runs, but 3rd down. Lee Bodden, bottom of your screen. They expect short, quick passes. That's what won the football game for the Jets last year in the playoffs. The Patriots played it then. They're going to play the same thought process today against this Jets offense.
On the way to punt to Wes Welker. Edelman is inactive for this game. That will travel out of bounds at the 29-yard line. A 43-yard punt. Tom Brady's coming out. He's won 29 consecutive regular season home games. The last regular season home loss was to the New York Jets, November of '06. And the next day they tore up the grass field here. His line includes Solder starting at right tackle for Vollmer, who's out with a back injury. Aaron Hernandez is back after missing 2 games with a knee, and Welker, man, he's off to an incredible start, leading all the receiving stats. 5 receivers set up to begin it. And Brady, it's Brady, Welker, like it's been all 4 weeks. Good for 11.
Tom Brady, the Jets come with the blitz. First play, nice. That's something I didn't expect. The 5 wide receiver set. Usually when teams see it and they're caught off guard, what do? They drop back, play it safe. Jets have the blitz. New England ready with the quick throw to Welker.
Green Ellis is the running back, and he has the carry. He bounces around for just a couple. Rex Ryan saying his defense will play that cat and mouse game, trying to figure out that Patriot tempo. Bahuha is up front. Linebacking core includes Westerman. In for Brian Thomas, season-ending injury last week against the Ravens. And Cromartie says, bring it on, Tom. Throw in my direction. I want the challenge. Be careful what you wish for.
Well, he is definitely not afraid when you talk about Antonio Cromartie.
Stretch play, it's Green Ellis. And well defended by the Jets. Maybe a yard.
Well, this Jet defensive line, it is built to stop the run inside. Engage in the blocks. Nice job. Mike DeVito does a wonderful job. Hits Logan Mankins, goes right down the line of scrimmage. Number 70, and he gets in there and makes the tackle. Bart Scott, a lot of substitutions, even more than usual for this Jets offense, trying to give New England lots of different looks to maybe confuse them.
They've scored on their opening drive the first 4 weeks of the season.
Darrelle Revis on Wes Welker.
But now they face a 3rd and 7. What a matchup that is. Welker and Revis, and Brady standing like a statue. So well protected. Airing it out long, and it's over the head of Aaron Hernandez. So the Jets do something no one's done all season long to this point. They stopped the Patriots on that first series, their first offensive series.
Look at this. Oh, that is what Darrelle Revis wants to do to Wes Welker. Make contact at the line of scrimmage, and how's that about for staying with Wes Welker? You never know where he's going to go. Good job by Revis on the first encounter.
So 1 first down, and then nothing materialized. The Jets defense shuts him down. Beautiful punt here as Curley makes the fair catch off Mesko. We've got an update coming your way. Let's go back to New York.
Jim and Phil nipped and tucked in Houston.
Houston driving for a touchdown. Richard Seymour comes up with a huge sack right here. Houston elects to go for the field goal. They're down 25-20. Oakland's ball, 2:52 left to go in the game.
Oakland trying to do what their late owner said, just win, baby. Back to Jim Nantz and Phil Simms.
All right, thank you, fellas. After a 48-yard punt here by Mesko, the Jets are set up at the 9-yard line. Tomlinson's the running back, and he's the ball carrier. Slipping outside and through a little seam, and picks up 10. Nice run by LaDainian Tomlinson.
Well, that offensive line we talked about, we're not making too big of a story. Nick Mango being back. Good job by Brandon Moore. And the right tackle, nice job on the outside that time. But LaDainian Tomlinson, the one thing I would say, he needs more carries. He has shown this season so far, when given the chance, you give him a little opportunity, he finds the right running hole and gets those extra yards.
They mark him down inches short of the first. 2nd down, Green's back in. And a flag and an early jump.
False start. Offense, number 82. 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
Well, Matt Mulligan, number 82, closest to you at the bottom of the screen. A little flinch. You took the perfect situation that you had, 2nd and short. And when you're in offensive struggles, you can't make mistakes like that. They always say, yeah, you never want to make a mistake, but pre-snap mistakes, that's something you can control.
2nd and 6 now, and they go up the middle, taking the end around with Holmes, and that's Green within about a yard, maybe 2.
Well, the Jets, it's one thing to make physical mistakes on the field, but watch this last week. Dukas, the left guard, makes a mental mistake. He lets Haloti Ngata go straight to the quarterback, makes a tough hit on Mark Sanchez. It's a fumble that was picked up and run back for a touchdown. So, again, mental mistakes. It's one thing to get beat, but give yourself a chance knowing what to do.
3rd and a short 2. They bring it in tight. They go play action, and it should have been caught off the hands of John Connor.
Is that a big play? Yes, it's a big play early in the game. Give yourself, give your team more confidence. So what did we have there? We had a jump illegal procedure. Now we drop a sure first down. And the big thing, it's all magnified by the way you play. And, of course, the fact you're going against Tom Brady, the New England offense.
Conley keeps his head down, but doesn't catch that fully. Welker lost it, sliding, trying to make the catch. There is a flag down back in the line of scrimmage. Patriots did recover it.
Holding. Receiving team, number 96. 10-yard penalty. New England keeps the ball. First down.
Antoine Molden actually recovered it for New England.
Wes Welker trying to be aggressive, Jim. 2 bad punts so far. Tries to get up there so it doesn't bounce around and get those extra yards. Good hustle by the Jets.
We just showed all those stats about giveaways. And Sanchez with the interceptions and the 4 lost fumbles. That is the first fumble of the year. Of course, they didn't even lose it. First fumble all season for the Patriots. We got Deion Branch in the huddle here. Ocho Cinco as well. And again, Brady's going to take it from under center. Connolly to snap it to him. The throw is behind Ocho Cinco. Cromartie on the coverage. There is a flag.
Middle of the field. Defense. 5-yard penalty. Replay. First down.
That'll spot the ball at the 41.
Well, the one thing I've noticed here early, Jim, this Jets defense, the substitutions, trying to get them off guard. 4 up top. There they are. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good defenses sometimes look like they have 12 on the field. The Jets did.
1st and 5, and Brady throws it. Welker turns around for the catch. And Cromartie drags him down at the 26. Caught it right around Jim Leonard. The play goes for 32.
Well, it's a zone defense. This is exactly what the Jets want. They want Tom Brady to look down the field. You have a safety that's uncovered, nobody to look for. You got to come up and make that play. Wes Welker, good job weaving down the field. Donald Strickland turns him over to the safety. Not quick enough getting there.
First down again. Stretch play, running it with Green Ellis, who slashes back to the inside to get it down inside the 20, into the red zone at the 19. Running behind Rob Gronkowski for 8 yards.
Well, I think you said it earlier. Tom Brady under center. I think the Patriots want to get back to this type of offense more. And you know why? Because to make you physical, to control the game, the pace, to help you, to help your defense. And most of all, just run the football better. More options to run it when the quarterback is under center.
A 2nd down and 2. And Green Ellis, he finds a little opening, broke a tackle, and he's got a first down at the 11-yard line. Again, Gronkowski throwing a big block for another 8 yards.
Yeah, it is. Right side of that offensive line. Awesome job looking at him from behind. Brian Waters gets a little seal there to the right side. Nate Solder. How about that? Let's look from behind. You're the running back. Look at 77. Seal it. But anytime you get outside and you're running back and get to the tight end area, your tight end's got to be an excellent blocker. That describes Rob Gronkowski.
So from the 11, now back into the gun. Still staying on the ground with Green Ellis. Pass to Vito. And finally tackled by Leonard at the 4.
Well, you said it. Mike DeVito had a chance to make the play. 70 coming down the line of scrimmage. What footwork. But Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis, he is the slammer. He is going to get in the line of scrimmage. He's going to run hard. He's looking for the extra yard. Tough to bring him down with your arms. Look out for direct snaps down here to the running back.
3 straight 8-yard runs. And now on 2nd and 2. You get a first at the 1. They're running again with Green Ellis. And he carries Boo-Haw with him. Touchdown, New England.
Well, the Jets wanted to see some ground and pound today. They didn't know it was going to be for the New York Jets. Brian Waters pulls from the right guard, makes a good block, but it's just good, tough running. That's what does it. Bauha cannot bring down BenJarvus Green-Ellis before he gets across. How about that? The right guard, too. Brian Waters, what a pickup by the Patriots. Getting him after he's released by the Kansas City Chiefs. Walks right in, starts. Another good block by him.
Gostkowski makes it 7-0. You're right, ground and pound. Not by the Jets so far, but by New England. We got an update. What about the Giants and the Seahawks, James Brown?
Seattle capitalized on a rough day by Eli Manning.
Not good, guys. Here you go. The Giants are driving here 29-25 for the winning score. And it's Brandon Browner who's going to come up with the 94-yard interception return as Seattle goes on to win 36-25. Eli Manning, 3 interceptions on the day, 421 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Seattle improves to 2-3. Giants drop to 3-2. Jim and Phil.
Wow, what a finish there as Manning driven him down and had him inside the 10 going for the win, and it goes the other way. The Seahawks pull the stunner, and that will end a lot of knockout pool brackets across the country.
Well, let's go back. That last drive, 4 rushes, 27 yards for BenJarvus Green-Ellis. And before we start talking about that Jet defense, the one thing Rex Ryan said to us, and I believe, they want the Patriots to run the football. And why do you want that? Well, that means Tom Brady's not throwing it down the field. And by running it, they hope, get them in some third down situations, then we can coach it up, maybe fool them, and get off the field.
Again, it's McKnight waiting. McKnight, who had only 2 kickoff returns in his USC career, and had that electrifying run back last week at Baltimore from this very point, from 7 yards deep. And he's got an opening, and McKnight taken off again. It's a 42-yard return. Gostkowski in on the tackle.
Well, let's go back and look at it. Good hard running. Here is Rob Gronkowski. Let's just watch his block. Brian Waters comes across and gets a nice block too. Gronkowski against Bart Scott, takes him into the end zone. How about that? Can't get away from him. 54 pulls across. Nice. That's a lot of good stuff by this New England offensive line. Getting more physical. How about this? Rob Gronkowski can do it all. He is truly all in one. Receiver, protector, run blocker.
Third time the Jets have had the ball, still looking for a first down, and off the hands of Holmes, and then almost intercepted. Patrick Chung had a chance.
He did. Again, not enough time to throw the ball. He needs a second more. It's a downfield throw. He had a ball. Oh, it's a break. If Sanchez doesn't anticipate and let that football go, it's going to be a hit and a crack and a fumble, as we used to hear on TV a long time ago. But another middle mistake by the Jets, picking up blitzers.
Sean Evans hobbled to the Patriots sideline. 2nd down and 10. And Green. There's 7, maybe 8. You can watch Fantasy Football Today for Game Time player news, inactive updates to help set your lineup, and chat with our experts every Sunday, 11 a.m. Eastern, CBSSports.com/live. Let's see if the Jets can pick up a first down.
Well, you know, Jim, you're right. Get that first down. Also, what do you expect? You are playing statistically the worst defense in the NFL. You're sitting over on the sideline as a coach or a defensive player. Your offense has to come through, control the ball, and, of course, drive down and score some points.
Tomlinson comes out of the backfield on 3rd and 3. Sanchez now is going to be dropped for a sack. That's Mark Anderson along with Rob Ninkovich.
Well, you're handcuffed on the offensive side. You're worried about protection, so you're looking to throw it short to pick up first downs. And what do you think the Patriots are going to play? Here comes the short passing game. That's what they have planned for. That's what they're trying to do against this Jets offense right here at the start.
Conley. Booming spiral punt and a fair catch at the 9 by Welker. 48 yards. Well done by Conley. Former NFL player Marcus Pollard has never competed against 8 teams all at once until now. Don't miss a new amazing race tonight, only CBS. Sanchez again getting the heavy pressure already. Hurried 3 times, knocked down a couple, been sacked once.
Look at the Jets late getting guys on. They didn't read the personnel right.
Remember, they got hit with the 12 men on the field to start the last Patriots series. Ridley, the rookie running back who had the hot hand last week, nearly had 100 rushing out against the Raiders. Picks up a yard on his first carry.
Well, we'll kind of try to show it today how the Jets, what I expect on their defense is for their safeties to kind of stay back, like we said, and invite Tom Brady sometimes gets to go up and look at the defense and say, hey, if they're all back, we'll run it. If they're close, we'll throw it. Invite the run game and see if your defensive line can win the battle up front and hold them to some short gains.
2nd down and 9. Brings Branch over to the right side. Takes the run, goes to Branch, who's alone at the 25, and then knocked down by Leonard and Cromartie. 17-yard pickup. We've got another update. Let's get right to James Brown in New York.
Houston was driving for the winning score, Boomer.
And Matt Schaub right here is going to drop back the pass out of the shotgun. He's going to step up. Should he run it? Shouldn't he do it? What should he do? He's going to lob it, and it's going to be picked off by Michael Huff. The Raiders go on to win the game. Emotional day for the Raiders.
Jim and Phil.
Wow. So the Raiders, the defense comes up. There's Ridley for 3 and makes the stop.
Personal foul, grabbing the face mask. Offense, number 87.
So just a day after
Half the distance to the goal.
Al Davis,
Replay, first
an
down.
iconic figure and founder of the Raiders, passes away. His Raiders defense goes and gets a big win on the road to Houston.
It's interesting, as we've talked to a lot of people around the NFL too, Jim. Al Davis, he liked the defensive side. Wanted his philosophy always used no matter who the head coach was. So for them to come through, of course, it's a great moment for the Raiders, and you know, it's a wonderful way to honor him by playing well and winning a game.
And they go to 3-2 on the year. 1st down and 24 off the penalty. And back to Branch on the slant. And Wilson drops him immediately. We're seeing Brady a lot under center today.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, kind of what we talked about. Just a way to incorporate more of their plays into the offense. Remember, it was in the shotgun. It's hard to fool the defense with play action fakes and get the football down the field. The one thing I've liked about New England's offense so far this year, as you look at those unbelievable numbers, is that they are finding ways to throw it vertically and get receivers deep.
2nd and 15. Brady gets the pressure and gets knocked down. Hit Tuitoa with the big hit on the quarterback and a loss of 7.
Best pass protection in the NFL is afforded to Tom Brady. What makes it happen? It's the coverage down the field. You're the quarterback. Look at that. Nobody's open. They are wired. Everybody tight coverage. Tom Brady does the right thing. Hold on to it. And Rapati, good job of keep working. Trust that coverage. Get to the quarterback.
Rapati picked Tuitoa with a sack on Brady, who now will drop back into the shotgun on 3rd and 22. 5 wides. And it would appear that Hernandez, 81 for the Patriots.
All-star. Offense, number 81. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
That's why when you see all these unbelievable numbers by the Patriots, they're great. They do it against a lot of teams, and I'm not taking anything away from this offense. But this Jets defense, philosophically and talent-wise, has a chance to create a lot of problems. Because who else can put corners out there? So far, Darrelle Revis, when he's on Wes Welker, they are stuck together. Welker cannot get away from Revis.
3rd and 27. Don't see the Patriots in this position very long. Speaking of long, that's Hernandez colliding with the Jets' Donald Strickland, and it's going to be a flag against Strickland.
Pass interference. Defense, number 30. Spot the foul. Automatic first down.
It's a 38-yard penalty.
Nobody open. It takes a long time. Strickland loses sight of where the football is.
Brady gets hit by Eric Smith.
Yeah, Tom Brady took another big hit. But what happened is when you get in the way of a receiver and get in his path, that's when they're going to throw the flag, and that's what Strickland did.
Ridley is the running back at the 50, and he tries to go outside. DeVito disallows it. That's a 4-yard tackle for a loss. I'd like to welcome those of you who saw the Raiders pull out that emotional win at Houston with that saving interception at the end. Jim Nantz and Phil Simms here in New England, where the Patriots lead at 7-0 on a Ben Jarvis Green Ellis touchdown run on New England's second possession of the game. The Jets have had the football on 3 occasions, 3 3-and-outs.
Well, they were expected man coverage. This formation, New England was. They got zone instead.
2nd and 14. They're coming out to Brady again. Able to unload in time. The ball squirts out at the end. Hernandez lost his helmet and the football. Recovered by Deion Branch.
And they will get those extra yards since it's not
Holding. Offense, number 77. 10-yard penalty. Replay, second down.
Nate Solder, right tackle, all the way to the outside. Pushes it around, got his arms. Oh, yes, definitely a hold as he takes him around. He's got him hooked. But I was going to say, when that fumble came out, the fact that it's not inside of 2 minutes, it's not 4th down, and recovered by the Patriots, they would have got those extra yards.
Solder is an impressive-looking rookie out of Colorado, their first-round pick. As you see Thomas Welch now on the line, 66. It's Green Ellis. And he's picked up big chunks in this first quarter. He's out to the 44 and another 8-yard run.
Well, yeah, it's like I said, get the pace, and this is a wonderful thing to do against the Jets. We saw the Oakland Raiders running against them well, and it's not like you want to just keep dropping back against this defense. All the different blitzes, and of course respect their pass coverage defensive backs. Yeah, you can beat Antonio Cromartie 4 or 5 times in a row, but he doesn't care. He'll still try to intercept the next pass.
3rd and 16. After an earlier conversion on 3rd and 27 via penalty. Brady again. They've been trying the long ball. Back to Hernandez, and it's overthrown. Boy, Hernandez, he had 3 Jets down there with him.
Well, that time they got smart on the Jet defense. 3rd and long. Don't play man coverage and get pass interference. 81 right down the middle, coming back, been out a couple weeks. Keep your hand down. That slows you down. When you raise that hand like I'm open, well, Eric Smith is right there with you. So was Jim Leonard.
Hernandez, who missed the last 2 games with a knee sprain, have been questionable all week. They've tried a couple of times to go deep with him. Mesko. High in the air, and one bounce into the end zone. It's only a net of 36. 7-0 first quarter, New England. Tonight, 60 Minutes, Drew Rosenhaus. He's respected by some, reviled by others. Represents many of the NFL's biggest stars. You don't want to miss what he has to say to Scott Pelley. 60 Minutes tonight. Jets with 29 total yards. The last minute of the first quarter. And now with the football in their possession for the 4th time. Take the end around, and they toss it over to Tomlinson. And hanging right there with him, not giving up on the play, and all the deception was Kyle Love. Holds him to 2 yards. Now, what about the Jets offense? There have been rumblings that, in fact, there was a report out of New York today, out of the New York Daily News, that there was a near mutiny on the Jets offense, that the 3-star receivers, Holmes, Burris, and Mason, went in and complained about Coach Brian Schottenheimer's play calling.
Well, the Jets issued a statement.
Yes, they did. In the box right before the game, they issued a statement. Everyone said they deny that report. This play going nowhere with John Connor.
Well, let me just, well, I'll tell you, Jim, once the second quarter starts, what I think about that whole situation.
7-0 through 1. Patriots will return after these messages. You're watching the NFL on CBS. Back to start the second quarter, and the Jets offense still trying to get things started. 11 offensive plays. No play longer than 9 yards. And again, no first downs. Ball tip, still caught, but short of a first. Dustin Keller.
Well, Jets still looking for the first down. Let me go back to that story about the receivers. The Jets said it did not happen. They did not go in the Rex Ryan's office. So now we're talking about hypotheticals. But if we are, it's a bad sign about your football team. I always went under this rule. Players play, coaches coach. Don't muddy those lines. It's black and white.
It's Conley. Welker, he did not signal fair catch. He's going to get an extra 15. Tackle the back end. Late hit, out of bounds by Nick Bellore. Well, back when you were playing for Coach Parcells, how many times did you walk into his office complaining?
Never. I was in the head coach's office one time. I got cut.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, kicking team, number 54. 15-yard penalty after the end of the run.
But remember, division from within is it's a bad sign for a football team.
And Patriots off that penalty, able to start this drive now at the 44 of New York. Go with Ridley, who tries to bounce outside, but he is dragged down. And Calvin Pace over there, locking down the side, 1 yard gain.
Yeah, this Jets defense, you know, you talk about this defensive front. They're stout, they're tough. And one of their problems, I think, this year is they got to play a lot of plays, Jim. You know, you look out there, and I see right now Mike DeVito, he's not in. Give him a rest. Bart Scott is out. Saw him on the sideline getting his foot worked on.
2nd and 9. Gronkowski tries to split the defenders. Rumbles down to the 39, gain of 4.
Well, you can see this Patriots offense, they're giving respect to this Jets defense. And you know, the one thing, you could talk about the last game with the Baltimore Ravens. That's the focus of when you talk about the Jets. It truly was a disaster. But from the offensive side, their defense maybe played their best game of the year against the Ravens.
3rd and 5. With the blitz coming, Brady. Incomplete to Hernandez. But there is a flag. Wilson on the coverage. Westerman was the one who had Brady backpedaling.
Illegal contact. Defense, number 20. 5-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Well, Kyle Wilson, bottom of your screen, does the right job, stays off of him, but he gets fooled. He's expecting a quick pass route. And why? Because it's an all-out blitz, so he thinks Tom Brady's going to throw it right away. Well, he doesn't, and he's fooled by the
number 77
receiver going
is
deep.
An eligible receiver. 77 is eligible.
Everybody at the line of scrimmage, defensive backs are taught, look for the quick pass. Patriots confused him.
First down carry and smashed right away as Ridley. Maybe got a yard. Bart Scott back into the game for that snap. His first play back, makes the hit. The buzz is out about TV's #1 show. Critics calling 2.5 Men genuinely great, really funny. And you can catch a new episode tomorrow. All new, only CBS.
I was getting ready to say, you know, for the Jets, Sean Ellis is in there, but I keep forgetting. Sometimes I forget. He's with the Patriots. 94, Marcus Dixon trots in.
And that's Ridley. Nice little quick start there. Picks up 6. It's funny when you talk about Ellis, though. Back when Belichick left the Jets, came to coach the Patriots, New York received a #1 draft pick as compensation. That pick became Sean Ellis. And now Ellis and Belichick are on the same side of things.
I would say last year in the playoff game, probably one of the best performances, if not the best performance in the whole game, was Sean Ellis for the Jets, hitting Tom Brady.
A 3rd and 4 for Brady and the Patriots from the 28. They go to Branch. Branch fighting for that first down yardage. Cromartie says, mark it right here. And the official agrees, 2 yards short of a first. They're going to bring out Gostowski.
Well, the New England Patriots got exactly what they wanted. It's man-to-man coverage. Wes Welker trying to get the block against Kyle Wilson. Doesn't do a good enough job. And Antonio Cromartie up there, too, to stop him short of the first down.
So it'll be a 44-yard field goal attempt by Gostowski. He missed that playoff game against the Jets last year. He was out with a thigh injury at the time, and the kick is drilled to perfection from 44 to make it 10-0. 11:15 to go, first half. On MetLife. Where's that whole reset, if you will? Last year in early December, Patriots pounding the Jets here 45-3, only to see the Jets come back and end their 14-2 regular season performance, their #1 seed spot. Knock them out here 28-21. It was the biggest ever turnaround in NFL history from a regular season loss from that margin to later to beat them in the postseason. McKnight, he's going to come out from 4 deep. Take a couple of Patriots with him across the 20. 26-yard return. Plexico Burress and the Jets receivers have not had a catch to this point. 10-0 pass. Keith Urban, long hot summer. 82 at kickoff here at Gillette Stadium. The Jets give it to Green. And he is swamped after a yard, maybe 2. Carter in on the play along with Cunningham. And you look at the Jets' first 4 possessions. They have not moved the chains once. They have now 39 total yards, 14 passing yards. Again, Patriots were last in both categories in the league coming in. Worst against the pass, worst overall total yards.
Yeah, but you know what? You're the Jets offense. You got in such a funk last week. You have lost confidence. It's like you come up here and go, oh, they're the worst. We're just going to come out and rock and roll. You got to slowly build this thing back to what you hope it becomes. And that's an offense that's tough enough to run it.
Play action fake and a good one. And there's the first down over to Burress. Sanchez carrying out that fake very effectively, picks up 19 to Plexico.
Watch it from behind, a good fake. They pull the tight end across. It creates a nice throwing lane, and that's what you need. Of course, easy for the quarterback to see, and a big, tall 6'5" receiver over the middle.
First catch by a Jets wide receiver.
But the Jets, they have to reestablish who they are. You've got to just keep running that football to make the Patriots try to come up and stop it.
First down from the 42. Sanchez dumps it off last minute, and Green has it for a gain of 4. Gary Guyton wrapping him up. Of course, Nick Mangold is back. They really missed him. We saw him out at Oakland the first game he was out, and it really surfaced more against Baltimore.
Yeah, he just leads the offensive line. We talked to Mark Sanchez. We talked to Rex Ryan, to Brian Schottenheimer, the offensive coordinator. One, he brings in skill, but more importantly, everybody now has a little more confidence in what they're going to try to do on the offensive side.
That high ankle sprain, he talked about being wobbly without one of his wheels, and they try to go in his direction with Green up the middle, spinning for a first. So they've got a second first down now, and a little rhythm going as they advance it to the New England side for the first time.
Well, that was an interesting play from behind, a little misdirection. Let's watch it as Sean Green gets here and he comes across. Watch how it gets the Patriots. The handoff off left tackle. No, we're going to counter it over to the other side, and that is awesome by the New York Jets. John Connor, good job coming across the formation, getting the kick-out block for Sean Green.
From the Patriots, 46. Green again. Give him 4.
Rex Ryan made comments during the week. You know, it's funny. During the summer, I heard the Jets are going to open it up and they're going to be a passing team. And I actually laughed about it going, yeah, man, Rex Ryan's going to let you throw it. And then they went to camp. They started working with it. I thought I could see signs of it coming to fruition that it was going to work. But you know what? Rex Ryan's a tough guy. He wants a running offense. Do it your way.
That's Green. Moving right near another first down. Of course, coming into this game, they were throwing the football over 60% of the snaps this year.
Well, a lot of times they've been behind a lot too, Jim. But when you're a head coach, you have to do it your way. What are you? And I'll give you examples. I had a head coach in Bill Parcells said, hey, if I survive after his first year, we're going to do it my way. Think of Bill Cowher back years ago. He spread it out and was throwing it one season. Well, he survived, of course. They didn't let him go, but what did they go back to and had great success? Running it.
That was that Tommy Maddox season where they really tried to.
Organizing the team in the vision that you have for them. So because if it doesn't work, if you do something else and it doesn't work, you know you're going to hate yourself forever because you didn't do it your way. So Rex Ryan, you know, look at him. Does he look like he wants to drop back and we're going to throw it all over the place? No, that's not who he is. Coach what you believe in.
Look at in the backfield. You see Joe McKnight.
Look what they've done through the years. Going down.
30th in the league in the rush category coming in. McKnight. And he hops ahead for only 1 yard. Just his 7th carry of the season. Gary Guyton again.
As we watch this game so far, the Jets have done a lot of things wrong. But you look up at the scoreboard, you go, hey, 7 minutes to go in the second quarter, and we're only down 10 points.
D'Brickashaw is injured.
Helmets are stuck.
It's just, his cleat is stuck inside of the face guard.
Probably about a size 17. I didn't know it could go inside that face
never
mask.
imagine.
D'Brickashaw Ferguson, there's the tackle or the hit on the outside.
That's Patrick Chung's helmet. Chung looked like he was in a little pain as the left tackle for the Jets is back on his feet and just fine.
Well, when D'Brickashaw was sitting on the field, everybody watching at home, the Jet fans, the coaches of the Jets are going, oh no, the offensive line, somebody else down.
Been enough issues there already for sure.
If you want your team to fall apart, have problems up front. It affects every decision, everything you do on both sides of the football.
From the 35, we saw Green a little wobbly earlier. McKnight's come in earlier. Now Tomlinson's the back, but split out wide right. Holmes with the catch to the 24 and a first down. Jets putting together a drive here. That's good for 11.
Yeah, good job, good formation. Split LaDainian Tomlinson to the outside. What does it do? It gives your wide receivers more space in the middle of the field. Simple philosophy, well done by the New York Jets.
Holmes' first catch. Green back in the game for New York. New set of downs at the 24. Green.
That's the Sean Green the Jets want to see. Downhill running. No more little pity patting to the outside. I think let's watch it downhill. Matt Slauson, 68. Nick Mango, they just double team the defensive tackle that time, Vince Wilfork, and that just gave them a chance, get ahead of steam going. A good cut by Sean Green, and that's what you do. Get the extra yard.
7 yards in all. Keeping Brady off the field. Second down and 3. Green with more work. And they need another couple of yards. Give him 1.
Well, Vince Wilfork, he's in that line to stop running plays. 75 over here, watching. Pushes off the block of D'Brickashaw Ferguson, gets right off of it, throws him to the side, falls back in there, and gets the tackle. He had it outside, and if the runner cuts inside, he sheds the block and makes the tackle.
Jeremy Curley is an extra receiver. Mason not seeing any action so far. Third down. We'll call it 2. A drive at 6.5 minutes. Sanchez to Burris. And the first and goal to go at the 7. Picks up 9.
Well, you talking about good pass protection, gets it done. The wide receivers bunched up. Get them off. Watch the snap of the ball. Boom. Who goes first? So it's thrown off kilter right away. Look at, Curley wide open across the middle. Good job by Mark Sanchez. Sanchez staying with it and finding Plexico going across the field.
Jets bring in another lineman. Schladeroff has come onto that line. Number 72, the rookie from Utah. First and goal to go. Sanchez with a timeout. He has hit his last 6 passes. 10-0 New England. Nothing materialized the first 4 drives for the Jets. Not even a first down. They've got 5 on this series and a first and goal to go at the 7. Jim Nantz and Phil Simms here at Gillette Stadium. Sean Green is the running back. Holmes to the right, Burris to the left. Green slashing down to the 2.
Man, this is a Sean Green that we saw last year in the playoffs. This is, all right, guys, just fire out and hit somebody. Good job by D'Brickashaw Ferguson. Nice job by Dustin Keller, and that is nothing but downhill. That's what they mean. Just go straight ahead, get your body low, fall forward, especially once you're inside the 10-yard line.
Mark it at the 3, second and goal.
I would always be alert for a quarterback draw.
It's Green, up ahead and in, touchdown, New York Jets.
Man, that was a pretty impressive drive by the Jets, the offensive line. Talking about getting their leader back. Nick Mangold to center. Slauson, D'Brickashaw blocks. Man, Slauson gets a block. Watch 68. Gets off, gets up the field, hits Guyton, allows the running back to get in the end zone. And they're going to the sideline now. Their chest, it's all puffed out. We're ready.
Well, they all were talking about this was their best week of practice all year long.
How about that?
And you finally saw some signs of it. Green had 34 yards rushing on that drive and the touchdown. 13 plays, 78 yards and a score. The Jets offense producing a touchdown for the first time in 6 quarters. They did it a lot behind Sean Green. Ridley and Slater back deep for the Patriots. It's Stephen Ridley. And Ridley with a flag down.
Did you see how high that kickoff was that time? Even though it didn't go all the way to the back of the end zone, it was so high, the Jet defenders, it gave them that extra second to get down there.
Holding, receiving team, number 52. Half the distance to the goal. New England keeps the ball. First down.
Nick Folk.
Timeout.
Forcing questionable run back. Yeah, the Boston Bruins were honored before the game, and they brought the Stanley Cup out for everyone to see. And the Patriots begin this series at the 7. Quick throw, and Hernandez has Eric Smith on him. 4-yard gain. How about the Revis-Welker matchup we've seen a few times?
Yeah, be physical. They get a little tug of war here to start the game. Of course, Wes Welker, the #1 asset of this Patriots offense, Revis all over him. And then another time just hits him, falls off. So a lot of different ways of covering Wes Welker.
Green Ellis. And all the way out to the 25 and a 14-yard gain. Green Ellis running hard.
Yeah, he is. The Patriots, of course, they understand right away what this Jets defense is doing. Bringing in extra defensive backs to stop the pass. Well, when you do, what's that mean? You got some smaller guys in there. Makes that running game a little easier.
Picks up the first, hurry to the line. Spread it out. Go gun. Brady, he backs up right in to the sack with Donald Strickland. There is a flag down in the secondary.
Another hold by the Jets defense or illegal contact.
While the quarterback was in the pocket, illegal contact, defense, number 24, 5-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Revis gets flagged for that one.
He's on Deion Branch, number 84, bottom of your screen. The coverage is good. There is contact there. That's incidental tripping down the field. That's what that was. Their feet got tangled. That is not a penalty.
And a little acting on top of it by Branch. Takes away the sack.
But the initial coverage, very good by the Jets.
So first down at the 30. 2-minute warning. Field goal game here at Gillette. Coming out of the 2-minute warning and coming up the Sprint halftime report. JB, Dan, Shannon, Boomer, Coach Cowher, all the latest scores and highlights. Coming up, Sprint halftime report. Jets have 7 defensive backs in for this snap. First down from the 30 and Brady goes down at the 17. Westerman in on him.
Well, Westerman's in there for Brian Thomas, number 55. Works inside. What you give up in size, because Brian Thomas much bigger, but Westerman's quicker, more nimble, can go side to side a little better. That might help against in the pass rush.
They lost 9. Brady now with time. Finds Ocho Cinco, and he's got the catch. Going to set up third and about 4. The crowd reacting to Ocho Cinco making the play. His first catch of the game. And a good effort on the sideline to get the feet down.
Got to be alert from the blitz from the offensive left. Here it comes.
Back to Ocho Cinco and a first in front of Cromartie. Picks up 7.
Tom Brady redirected the pass protection. You got to know that it's going to be a quick pass. They changed the route to the quick slant. Nice job by the Patriots offense.
So they get out of a 2nd and 19. Brady has got another pickup, this time with Hernandez. Patriots have all 3 timeouts. That throw goes for 9, and there is the New England timeout call. Driving late first half, leading 10-7. Well, Sprint halftime report coming up. JB, Dan, Shannon, Boomer, Coach Cowher. They go through all those 1 o'clock games, including the Bills' victory over Philadelphia. They go to 4-1 on the year. And the Eagles slump to 1-4. 1:06 to play first half. 2nd and 2. Revis is on Ocho Cinco, and Ocho Cinco got a little jumpy.
False start. Offense, number 85. 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
85, bottom of the screen. That's what makes you nervous too. I really believe it. Darrelle Revis lines up across from you, think, oh boy, I got to win this right from the start. It's like a good pass rusher. It makes an offensive lineman nervous.
Yep, you know he caused that. 2nd down and 7. Here they come. Brady unleashes the pass. Branch on the sideline, trying to cut back, and takes it to the 23. Gets to his feet in a hurry.
What a throw. Anticipation by Tom Brady against the blitz. A downfield throw against almost an all-out blitz. Anticipating where Branch was going to be.
Picks up 30. Now with 40 seconds. in on Brady, and down he goes again. David Harris and Donald Strickland both got to him. And timeout called by the Patriots with 37 seconds.
Watch top of your screen, Deion Branch. Here comes the blitz by the Jets. Tom Brady's under pressure, anticipates, throws it to the outside net, and stays in bounds to pick up those extra yards.
2nd and 15 from the Jets 28. Hernandez makes the grab, falls at the 15. Couple yards short of the first, good for 13 yards.
Jets playing almost a prevent defense, willing to give them a field goal try, just don't give up the touchdown. Doing it again.
The catch by Welker for a first with 14 seconds with Revis covering.
Well, that might have been one of the best 3-yard throws we're going to see all year. Darrelle Revis underneath. Tom Brady lofts it like he was throwing it 50 yards down the field.
Welker's first catch of the quarter from the 11. Still have one timeout. Myers back of the end zone and incomplete. Ocho Cinco was back there. 9 seconds, good for one more play.
Well, that big 3rd down pickup by the Patriots has given them a couple extra shots. There's Welker coming to the bottom of your screen. Oh boy, it's a good thing he did throw it up. Revis was even farther underneath than I thought.
Jets have not allowed a touchdown pass since the first game of the season against the Cowboys. As Brady goes in zone, and it's intercepted by Cromartie off the hands of Hernandez. And Cromartie hurdles out past the 40. And that is the first red zone interception ever thrown by Tom Brady at home in his career. It was off the hands of Hernandez, would have been a touchdown. It was one of the most really jaw-dropping stats when you look at all those stats of Brady's career.
81 in the slot. Tom Brady's knows it's going to be tight, puts it right on target. Hernandez, out a couple weeks, misses the catch.
He had thrown 325 red zone passes, inside the 20 that is, in his career at home. Had thrown 91 touchdowns and no interceptions. It should have been a 92nd. Instead, it's the first time it ever goes the other way. What a big turn of events to end the half. 10-7, New England leads it at halftime. Sprint halftime report coming up after this message and a word from your local station. New England deferred after winning the coin flip. We'll be seeing them, their offense on the field here in a moment. Here's the NFL mobile recap presented by Verizon. The last play of the half, Brady to Hernandez off his hands, intercepted by Cromartie.
Well, I think a couple things there. Hernandez being out, you know, Jim, your hands can get rusty if that knee's not 100%. We have noticed he is not running as fast as we usually watch him on or see him on the field.
This is headed to Ridley, and he is encouraged by Slater to take a knee. So, what do you make of the first half of action here, Phil?
Well, I'm just going to say this: the Jets, a lot of mistakes, a lot of little things they did wrong, but they hung in there. The defense did a tremendous job. And the thing about this is the Patriots and their high-flying offense, I think everybody kind of knows the Jets can match up with it because they can take away New England's greatest asset, and that is Wes Welker. Of course, they're doing it with Darrelle Revis most of the time. Not every team has a guy like number 24 where they can say, you go out and cover him, and we'll take care of the rest.
Brady going down the field to Welker, and he catches it in stride and takes off. It's Revis running after him and brings him down at the 8. Welker this year has become a long ball threat.
Watch what happens. Wes Welker's going to come in here. It's a run fake. Eric Smith doesn't get back. The good run fake, and he runs right by the safety. You see Darrelle Revis is going to let him go because he says, I got a deep safety help. I don't have to worry. Good job by Revis staying with it and running Welker down from behind. Talked about it a little. The Patriots are finding more ways to throw the football down the field, And this number 83 is one of the big reasons why.
That's 73 yards to open the half. It's Green Ellis cutting back for a gain of about 1. That's the 5th catch of the year for over 30 yards by Welker. He had 1 all of last season.
Oh, look at Eric Smith. And you know what? I've even said today, and we're talking about it, how deep the Jets' safety is when there's one in the middle. They're so far back there that there's no way this play could happen and be that wide open. But the Patriots knew something right out of the box. The good play action fake, the good sell by the offensive lineman helped Tom Brady.
But right back where they ended the first half. Looking for a different result. 2nd and goal from the 6. Brady now will roam to the right. Being chased, gets it away in time. Caught at the 1, ball is out. Recovered by the Jets.
Well, what the Patriots got to hope for, that the pass was incomplete.
Deion Branch unable to hold on to it.
But what a job by Tom Brady. What a job by Deion Branch coming back for the catch. It looks like he caught it.
DeVito with the recovery. So the challenge flag is out from Belichick.
Well, everything is in play when you challenge. In other words, the fumble, the reception, many things that can help Bill Belichick in challenging his play.
New England is challenging on the field of a fumble.
Muhammad Wilkerson was chasing after Brady. He got it to Branch. Then the ball came out. Jerome Boger will look at it closely. Calvin Pace forced it. Well, Jerome Boger, he had that controversial Victor Cruz dilemma last week to sort out. A lot of people weren't happy with that final decision. What do you think, Phil?
Possession of the football. Is it? As he gets up. Now the ball is moving. As he switches it, it's hit. It's very close. If he wasn't switching the football in hands, he would be down by contact.
After reviewing the play, the rule has been reversed to down by contact.
There you go.
And you see they possess the ball and while still on the ground was touched by the defender. It'll be New England's ball, 3rd down at the 2-yard line.
Man, that was
New England
close.
is not charged a challenge nor a timeout.
Well, as you look at it, you think since he was switching hands, would he be considered to have possession? But catch, possession, it's his football, touched, down. But as he's touching him,
Yeah, the ball is being
the ball is
switched
definitely
hands.
being moved.
That's why I thought it may hold up. Sanchez was already out there ready to huddle, but instead it'll be a 3rd and goal for New England at the 2.
And just to go back to it, what a play by Tom Brady, scrambling, waiting, and making that throw down the field.
They avoid the 2nd straight turnover in the red zone. Calling out Alabama. Open, touchdown, Deion Branch. Brady had enough time for things to open up.
That's what it is. Tom Brady was looking to his right the whole time, and they time it up beautifully. If nobody's open, the receiver, watch Deion Branch, bottom of your screen. His job is to go across, and if nobody's open the right, that delayed back out route is the outlet receiver for Tom Brady.
Closest jet to him was Antonio Cromartie.
Well-designed play. You cannot blame Antonio Cromartie there. You've got to get to the quarterback a little faster than that.
Gostowski makes it a 10-point game again. What a reversal of fortunes for Branch. Just when you thought he might have given it away on the fumble, he ends up with a touchdown on the next play. here in New England. Deion Branch, he caught a touchdown last week. He's got one today. Here in the opening minutes of the second half. Brady, his 275th career touchdown pass, tying former Jet Vinny Testaverde for 8th on the all-time list. Of course, last week he returned back to the Bay Area, where he's from. And he eclipsed on that touchdown list his boyhood hero, Joe Montana. Gostkowski sending it down to McKnight, who's fearless from 7 yards deep. And he's off running again. He's got Gostkowski to beat, and he does. He Hedibo trying to chase him. McCourty got the angle on him, and McKnight takes an official down, but takes it 88 yards.
How about Joe McKnight? Last year tried to find a role in his football team, but he has found it this year. Last week against the Baltimore Ravens, he blitzed from the defensive side. What a view. You're the returner. Weaves it. Oh, nice job. Good blocks inside. And always a runner in the open field like Joe McKnight, you can make the kicker miss.
Has a kick return for a touchdown last week, an 88-yarder today. Had a block punt against Dallas. And Coach Ryan told us one day he thinks will be a starting corner in this league.
How about that?
First down run. It's Green shaking off the hit. And it still nets 4. Chung and Carter both wrestle him down.
Well, you give up a big play on your defense to start the second half, but you get the good feelings going again for your football team by that return. And you got to look at it and say, no matter what happens here, we should be only 1 score down at worst in this game.
And you talked to Sanchez this week, and we did. He called practice this week perfect. Said there were signs before the Baltimore game that they were out of sync. They were not practicing well.
That they had the worst the week before the Baltimore game that Friday.
The worst he said he'd seen in his 3 years. 2nd and 6, and it's Green muscling for a first inside the 10.
Man, what blocking again. I'll tell you, the Jets, they have found it out. Brandon Moore to the right side, Wayne Hunter, the back side of the run. It is just a cave-in by the Patriots defense. Nobody there they just gave up. But this offensive line, Jim, just a little more assertive, a little tougher, making contact and stand with the defenders.
Green with a season high 60 yards now. And Mangold looks good in his return. 1st and goal. Fake to LT, roll out, look end zone, throw, catch is made, touchdown. It's the rookie Jeremy Curley with his first NFL touchdown reception.
And this is why, play to the strength of your team. Run the football, move your quarterback around a little. He's a tremendous play-action quarterback. Sanchez can fake with the best of them. Got those big hands sticking out. Good read by him. Instead of going outside, pull back, give yourself that little extra time, and Curley flying across the field. Tough coverage for Chung to think he can stay with him going all the way across.
It's interesting, Curley's been the 3rd receiver today, not Derek Mason.
Good point.
Extra point. Nick Folk makes it 17-14 New England. They take advantage of the big return by McKnight. Well, 2 touchdowns earlier in the 3rd quarter, just a minute 43 apart. First it was Brady to Branch, and then right back the Jets. Sanchez to Curley. All set up by McKnight's electrifying run back.
Hey, Joe McKnight. He has turned his Jet career. I know it's short, 2nd year, but it's what it is sometimes. You come to this league, you gotta find your role. And it's everywhere, but he is excelling. Special teams, returning, little defense.
How about that comment Ryan gave us, though?
Yeah, he's going to be a starting defensive back one day. Corner.
Ridley. And he's out to the 26, 31-yard run back. Boy, did you see LT, by the way, on the touchdown?
Well, he's doing all the little things right, catching passes. Look how he just runs in, of course, to Sean Ellis. Still gets it done. But the big thing there is just the read by Sanchez, seeing the block, stay inside of it just like a runner would, and gave himself space and time to make the throw into the end zone.
Ellis trudging ahead. Picks up 6. Keep up with the NFL when you're on the go. The NFL's mobile apps are all new for the 2011 season. Go to NFL.com/mobile to learn more. Ellis 10 carries, 58 yards and a touchdown. Earns another handle. Looked like he might be, in fact, dropped for a loss, but gains a yard. He'll set up 3rd and 3.
Well, the Jets have been getting beat up pretty bad in the run game outside the tackles, but today, much better at the line of scrimmage. You know, they're kind of controlling it. The running backs for the Patriots doing an excellent job of getting those extra yards. But up front, even though they know their secondary's playing pass more, not giving quite the support they're used to, the defensive linemen have had a good day against the run.
Welker through his hands. And the Jets defense comes up with a quick 3 and out forced.
Yeah, the throw was off target. That was really, Jim, the same play. They just ran on the goal line. Guy goes in the flat. Guy goes deep. Man hooks it up. It's Wes Welker. The throw was too hard and high for Wes Welker.
Mesko. This one bounces around, picked up by Curley, the touchdown maker, and he slips. 46-yard punt, 5-yard run back. Jets have scored touchdowns their last 2 possessions. That right there takes away a first down for New England. We're back here with the Jets, taking over at the 28, down 3. Sanchez. Now he pump fake once, then went on in there and tried to jam it into Holmes. And it falls incomplete. During that break, see this little exchange over here?
Oh, yeah, I did. It's Bill Callahan. He's completely covered by Nick Mangold. You can't see him, but trust me, it's him, the offensive line coach. He's talking to his quarterback, 74. If they do this, give him all the reasons how to make the calls. Nick Mangold makes all the calls for Mark Sanchez and the offensive line.
Sanchez had hit his last 7 throws before that incompletion. 2nd and 10 run. And Tomlinson's got 4 squeezed out of that.
Well, let me just say this about Mark Sanchez today. As I look at the Jets team, we talked about getting back to the ground and pound, whatever. But I think that suits him as a quarterback. He's a good mix with Rex Ryan. He's a very good play-action passer. He's a good 3-step drop quarterback. Big hands, long arms, make those throws. And then when you move him around just a little bit, that's what he is. That's where he's going to excel.
McKnight now coming out of the backfield. 3rd and 6. And that's well short of the first. Ihedebo immediately bringing down Curley. Did not run a deep enough route.
No, he didn't. It always happens. You say go 6, pressure situation. Wide receivers, inside slot guy. Doesn't really have a choice. If he goes another yard, he's going to get bombarded by 2 defensive players. 3-man rush. Plenty of time that time to make the throw.
Their 5th 3 and out of the game. Of course, their first 4 series were all just that. Wow. Hundley. That is sailing way out of bounds. And they mark it at the 18. Give him 46 yards on the punt. Ball goes back to the Patriots. Lead in a tight one here at New England. Jim Nantz and Phil Simms back here with the calling of the Jets and the Patriots. New England takes over at the 19. Leading at 17-14. Brady, first option not there. Instead goes over to Branch, who races out of bounds with a first down.
Well, Tom Brady, first down. They're looking for a deep throw down the field. Wes Welker, you usually go across. Nice fake. He's breaking back outside. But how about that? Darrelle Revis, smart, knows he has help inside, and he makes Tom Brady drop it off short.
Up to the 30 and a first, and it's Green Ellis. Short side of the field, not a whole lot there. Pace and everything closed down. And Thursday on CBS, could a doctor by day be a killer by night? Michael Emerson and Jim Caviezel. They star in the new drama, Person of Interest. It's Thursday, and it's only on CBS.
Patriots going no huddle, making sure the Jets cannot make substitutions.
There's a second 9 play. One to Welker and Harlan. It's right off his chest. He had a step on Wilson.
I don't know if Kyle Wilson got his hand in there by accident. He's turning, looking for the football, doesn't see it. Well, I'll retract there. He did turn and see the football. That's the reason he knocks it out. Yes, got his finger in there, left hand. Wonderful job by Kyle Wilson, who's kind of found himself too, playing much better this year. Inside, even outside when he has to. Covering guys one-on-one. First round draft pick from Boise last year.
3rd and 9. That's Hernandez, and there he is. You just talked about him. Wilson making the play. There was some pressure from Jim Leonhard on Tom Brady.
Well, watch Tom Brady. He's the quarterback. It is, everybody is up, and they've got the right position. So Tom Brady, okay, knows he has to get rid of it quick, but Wilson plays the right down and distance, and there's nowhere for Tom Brady to throw it.
Mesko averaging 50 yards a punt today on his 3 kicks. And he's got a good number right here as Curley needs 2 Patriots to bring him down at the 26. 55 yards and a 12-yard run back. Mid-3rd, 17-14. Patriots over the Jets. Well, a lot more of a defensive struggle than many would have imagined coming in. And the Jets have the ball to start this drive at their own 27. And stuffed is Green for no gain. Back to this Ryan philosophy coming into this game. When we met with the coach last night, he said, we've got to get back to running the football. I've got no excuses, no regrets. We're 2-2. You know, they've dealt a couple of times where people think it's doom and gloom in his first 2 years, and this team has always found a way to come back.
It's not a must-win. If they lose, we still got 11 to go. We know that, and I think we kind of felt that way once we talked to the Jets. We realized they win, our perception completely changes about where they're at.
And run it again on 2nd and 10, and Green has 3 yards. Well, this really completes, and Ryan acknowledged it too, the toughest part of their schedule. The end of a grueling 3-game road trip at Oakland, at Baltimore, and then here against their rival at New England. They'll be home after this for the next, well, almost a full month, because they've got a bye in there. Don't travel again until November 6th at Buffalo. Derek Mason has come in. First time we've seen him today. He's wide to the left. This in their 4-receiver package. 3rd and 7. And Sanchez escapes the sack. Now just throws it to the sideline in the direction of Plexico Burress. Kyle Arrington had him. Somehow Sanchez got away, and it falls as an incompletion.
Kyle Arrington coming, number 24, catches them all. It's LaDainian Tomlinson, sees it, but the angle is too severe for him to get over there and get the block. Good timely blitz by the Patriots.
Now it's Conley again. Uhedebo was coming bursting up the middle, got picked off at the last moment. Welker backpedaling to the 12. And he's out of bounds just across the 20. 59-yard punt by Conley. All the intensity you expect when the Jets and the Patriots tangle. And there's the owner of the New York Jets, Woody Johnson, been pacing a little bit during this break. We've been eyeing him. Teams had 8 possessions in the game, the long touchdown drive, the short touchdown drive after a McKnight return, and 6 others that were all 3 and out. First down carry for Ridley, and he is bumped out by Eric Smith along with David Harris. By the way, next Saturday, Home Depot, SEC, Vern and Gary will have LSU at Tennessee. That's next Saturday. And it all begins with college football today. Tim and Spencer in the studio.
I'm sorry, Jim. You know, when you watch it, if I was Tom Brady, I've only seen like one time where Darrelle Revis lined up on Wes Welker where it was not man-to-man coverage. So you want a little peek, a little precursor to what's going to happen? Just look at number 24 and see what he's doing.
Now he's right across from Welker here on 2nd and 6. Brady's in trouble. Never a chance. Jets come breaking through. And that was Westerman getting right around Thomas Welch, who would come into the game.
That was something I was interested in seeing today. Westerman, the speed that he has, able to get away from the 3rd tight end. That's Welch, 66. Takes him up the field, comes underneath. And that speed has paid off a couple times for number 55.
Yeah, he's in his 3rd year out of Rutgers. Came over to the Jets as a free agent. And that's his 2nd sack today. The team's got 4. Dean Ellis set wide to the left here on 3rd and 13. And Gronkowski with a first down grab out to the 38. 17 yards picked up.
Well, they come with the blitz. They're trying to get to Tom Brady 3rd and long, but who's got Gronkowski? What a move by the big guy coming up the field. Donald Strickland probably thought he's going to break outside or go down the field. Did not count on him going across.
His 2nd catch of the game, and it's a big one on 3rd and 13. There's Hernandez pulling it down, and he is ruled down at the 40. He was touched. He thought about getting up and running. Wasn't sure.
You don't hear the whistle. Get up and run. Tom Brady throws this about as hard as he can throw it. What a catch by Aaron Hernandez.
Picks up 21. There's Welker. And Leonard immediately decks him after a gain of 3.
Hurry up offense.
They call it 2nd and 6. Dean Ellis wants to get outside and then slips to the inside within 2 of a first. Give him 4. Isaiah Trufant we hear with a hamstring injury, questionable to return. Back up defensive back. Inside of 3 minutes to go here in the 3rd. These teams exchange touchdowns in the opening couple of minutes of the quarter. Then the defense is ruled for a good stretch. Patriots trying to keep on moving, and Gronkowski depends on the spot. Oh, they give it to him by more than I thought it would have been. Pick up a 3.
Well, what a difference from last year to this year. The 2 tight ends. Gronkowski played in that playoff game. Hernandez didn't. But this year, they're taking advantage of one-on-one coverage where they didn't last year.
Running play with Green Ellis tumbling to the 25 and a gain of 6.
Well, this is the offense that Jim, you talk. This reminds you of the Patriots. The hurry up, Tom Brady, keeping the pace fast in the shotgun.
More like what we've seen the first 4 weeks of the season.
Well, what they've done since they spread the formations out, it does give the inside receivers, of course, a better chance of getting open.
2nd and 4, and across the middle. Everyone looking for a flag, and they, in fact, get one. Rodney Poole got the feet tangled up with Gronkowski.
Yeah, he was using those arms and hands, too. Definitely pulled him.
Pass interference. Defense, number 22. Spot the foul. Automatic. First down.
87 going down the field. The contact. Arm behind. And when we ran at full speed and I saw it in person, I said, yeah, he definitely pulled Gronkowski.
Quickly to the line, and it's Green Ellis. No one was over there. And they take it all the way down to the 3.
If the defenders are not close enough, everybody's got to be alert for the Patriots that Tom Brady will stand up and throw it to you.
That was an 18-yard play, and the Jets weren't set.
Jets going to have to call a timeout.
They're making all kinds of substitutions. 1st and goal to go.
I think the Jets got 10. They have 10 players on the field.
Well, the Patriots tried to call a timeout. A flag was thrown. They were right up against the down clock.
Before the play clock expired, timeout, New England.
Brady saw
This will
it.
be a 30-second timeout.
And they lost some time on that down clock. When Brady went over, some of the officials were summoning after Green Ellis had been bumped out of bounds at the 3. So timeout, New England, with a 1st and goal coming up.
Tom Brady in that hurry-up offense all the way to the top of your screen has been Jarvis Green Ellis. There are no defenders up there. Quick snap, being alert, and getting a free play and putting them down inside the 5-yard line. I know it's the second half. I always say save your timeouts, Jim. Don't use them because you might need them in that last drive. But sometimes when your defense is disorganized or tired, scores are hard to come by. You might want to use a defensive timeout.
Brady throws over to Branch, and it's knocked away by Revis. Got a hand in there.
Protection. It's unbelievable protection for Tom Brady. I said it earlier, I think, but it's the best in the NFL. Sometimes he just comes to a complete stop and stands there and like a statue and just waits for a receiver to beat the defender.
Now 2nd and goal. Green Ellis in for the touchdown. His 2nd of the day. Matt Light helped free him.
You said it, Jim. Matt Light seals it, gets Wilkerson, the rookie, inside. Nobody out there. Too late for the secondary to come up and make the tackle. How about that, washing it down? Bart Scott, and good job by Hernandez trying to get in the way to help him.
Gostkowski adds one more. And again, the margin is 10. For the 3rd time today, it's been a 10-point lead. They got up a 3rd and 13 back at their own 20. They drive down the field, and Brady now is 8th alone all-time touchdown passes.
Look at the
I beg your
seal.
pardon. He's tied 8. As Green Ellis, that's 2 3-yard runs for touchdowns.
Yeah, it is. That's what he is. He knows his role in the football team. And the last few weeks, we've seen Stephen Ridley, man, almost lost his pants on that run, but he had been a big part of their running game. But today, the running is tough, hard, especially when they get near the goal line. Go with the man that you trust.
What about as Brady directs him down the field? How about Green Ellis? How you've watched his career come in here as a undrafted free agent out of Ole Miss, and last year made huge strides. What you're watching here today is about as good as you've seen.
Well, what have we watched with the Patriots over the years? You come up, you practice hard, you earn a role where, Jim? On the special teams. All right, didn't hustle on the special teams. All of a sudden they reward you with a few plays in the game. That's how he did it. And then when he got his chance to get in there and get some carries, he's gotten it done. And he knows, like I've said many times, his role and how he is supposed to run the football.
I can remember a couple of years ago in a production meeting, Belichick explaining that's his blueprint for guys that are marginal, not high draft picks coming in.
Yep.
How you eventually become a player for the New England Patriots. McKnight again, 8 yards deep. How on a flag is thrown. He has got some speed coming out of that end zone.
It's amazing. Confidence, experience.
During the return, holding, receiving team, number 88. Half the distance to the goal. First down, New York.
Patrick Turner flagged for that. And by the way, coming up Wednesday inside the NFL, one of the great teams in football. JP, Bill Sims, Chris Collinsworth, Warren Sapp, mixing it up. Wednesdays, 9, 8 Central.
Well, you know, this week we'll be talking about the, I hate to say it because I'm not making fun of them, but the Philadelphia Eagles, when you get a tag in this NFL, everybody wants a piece of you. The dream team, 1-4. Especially when you tag it yourself.
A costly penalty. It was a good run back by McKnight. Instead, from inside the 10, they go to Green, and it is all clogged up by Carter and others. Ninkovich. Bill, you were talking about the Jets' schedule coming up and home games against Miami. They get the Dolphins coming off a bye, and then San Diego will come in, and then they'll have their bye.
And I don't see anything easy there with the Rex Ryan and them we're talking about. Miami's going to be tough because they haven't won a game. San Diego, New England, Buffalo.
The new Buffalo Bills.
You got it. I'm a believer.
2nd and 10. From the goal line, Sanchez's throw incomplete. Thrown to Burris. He had Patriot defenders all around him.
Yeah, he did. It's just the whole process was too fast, but it had to be because Mark Sanchez is not going to have any more time to throw it. Got to come sharp and across, but he has to let it go before Burris is ready for the catch. The penalty kept the crowd in the game.
Third and 10. Turnaround catch. Wow. And the Patriots on the sideline, of course, trying to influence the call, but give it to Burris.
That is, well, this is one of the things you hope that he can bring to your football team. Maybe they need to do it more. He holds on to the football. Does he get both feet down, both of his feet down?
Second foot is close.
It is close.
I think it's on the line.
Let's see if Bill Belichick, there it comes. Here comes the red flag.
And he didn't have possession as he was headed out. It wasn't a clean catch. It was a heck of an effort. And the challenge flag is out. So this is another huge moment. We've already had one challenge call that, you know, a lot of people are going to be talking about that one all week long.
Challenging the rule of the field of a completed catch.
This one will either be a punting situation from back inside your own 10 or a first down out at the 30-yard line if it holds up as a catch.
Well, first off, the feet first.
The second one that's, I think, toe on the line.
That's clear. Boy, when I saw it even in the first replay, I thought, oh, there's not going to be any evidence to show that his foot stepped out of bounds, but that is clear. Toe was on the white line. And then you have to come to the ground. Since it's contact, he has to take the football to the ground with possession. Hard to see on that replay, but it doesn't matter. The fact that his foot hit the white line is going to be incomplete. It is two challenges by Bill Belichick today that have turned out to be big plays.
This is the one I think really decides it.
Yep, it's clear. Of course, there's so many reasons the Jets get that first down. More than anything, just to keep their defense here in the third quarter off the field a little bit longer and let them catch their breath.
Yeah, they just were out there for a long time, surrendering the touchdown drive to the Patriots.
After reviewing the play, the pass is incomplete. The receiver's second foot steps out of bounds. We're going to move the ball back to the 8-yard line. We'll be fourth down.
And now Conley will have to punt out of the end zone.
26 seconds. New England is not charged a timeout.
That goes down
nor a challenge.
as a 7th
because they have won 2
3 and out
challenges.
for the day.
New England is afforded a third challenge for the rest of the game.
Well, the Jets offense, 7 3 and outs, but early in the game, Jim, hard to get that confidence going after that game last week. So, but they've shown some good signs today. Not enough, of course. And your offense going against statistically the worst defense in the NFL. They need to have a really good, solid day.
Well, they were talking about the Patriots defense, last in the league against the pass. Sanchez has thrown for 70 yards as Strickland is headed in. Jets have run for 74 yards, so 144 yards that adds up to. And down to the closing seconds of the third quarter. Welker, no one within 10 yards of him when he fields it. And he's tiptoeing down the sideline and finally brought down at the 25. 25-yard run back up a 42-yard punt. And Conley, the punter, brought him down.
And Wes Welker can just do it all. He really can. And Darrelle Revis, who's covered him today, said the guy, he never forgets, they were in the Pro Bowl. They're on the same team, and he just said to Wes Welker one day, man, you know, slow down. Even in practice at the Pro Bowl where nobody goes full speed, he's running routes, making cuts, and everybody, they marvel at his will, but don't be misled. It's a lot of talent that gets it done for this guy.
So from the Jets 25, Ridley wiggles and then drives the legs for 5 to close out the quarter. It's a 24-14 New England lead headed to the fourth. We'll return to Foxborough after this message and a word from your local station. So the fourth quarter begins with the Patriots down in Jets territory, leading by 10. Jim Nantz, Phil Simms here in Foxborough.
Well, I guess it goes without saying, you look at the score of this game and the Jets, they have to do, you might even have to gamble here. You can't play the safe defense. You got to keep them out of the end zone, make them kick a field goal.
2nd and 5, and it's Hernandez leaping past one defender and taking it down to the 10. His 5th catch of the game. It goes for 9 yards.
Well, what's happening, Hernandez is getting confidence in that left knee. So he's adjusted it to the speed, and it's not like practice, so the speed of the game is faster. I thought he looked like he had a little trouble starting out, but
I did too. Didn't look as fast as he normally is. A massive brace. I think you're right. I think he's starting to feel confidence coming back. The first down from the 11. And Green Ellis, good piece of tackling by Brodney Poole. Green Ellis, he's already got 2 touchdowns in this game.
Well, let's watch Brian Waters as he pulls around, gets the good block, and then the tough running for the touchdown. And then Matt Light getting the hook. Boy, somebody's got to be outside. Nobody there. Patriots going where the weak spot of the defense is, and they get a touchdown.
Green Ellis. Eric Smith wrapped him up. And down to the 6.
Shotgun running, substituted defense. Dan Conley right up on the middle linebacker. There is nobody. Jets playing pass all the way. Good call by Bill O'Brien, the offensive coordinator.
Of course, if the Jets can hold them to a field goal here, big third down play coming up, it would be huge for the New York side.
As the game wears on, harder to get pressure. Defensive linemen get tired.
And incomplete in the area of Welker.
You know, overall, when you see this blitz, everybody by the Jets is blitzing Tom Brady except who's covering the receivers one-on-one. And it's an excellent job. Wes Welker runs into Antonio Cromartie. That is not a foul.
Gostowski now with a short field goal try. And he has made 31 consecutive fourth quarter field goals. This just 24 yards out. Let's go on the hold to make it 32 straight. Makes in the fourth quarter. Robert Kraft applauds that effort. 27-14 now, leading by 13. His biggest lead of the day. And the Patriots 13 in front of the Jets. Patriots trying to win to keep pace with the Bills in the AFC East.
You have a hard time saying that because you haven't said that in the last 10 years.
It's been a while, hasn't it? Of course, it's not exactly right because the Bills have the head-to-head. Look at that smash. Wow.
Tracy White.
It's Tracy White just decking McKnight after the 20-yard run back. By the way, some of the early headlines today, and there were aplenty. Carolina close again, but the Saints survive.
Look out for Carolina.
Another interception return for the Bills. They pick Mike Vick 4 times. Go to 4-1. And the Raiders win at Houston for Al, including a game-saving interception at the very end.
Pittsburgh, all those injuries, it was unbelievable how many guys they had out.
How about Ben today? 5 touchdown passes, playing with a bad wheel.
Now there's pressure on this Jets offensive line, down 13 points.
Open, Burris. Tackle at the 28.
Spread everybody out too. You know he's going to throw it. Good job, good protection. Burris, bottom of your screen. They chase Curley. Nobody back in that zone. Boy, you know, you got a corner out there. Don't chase the inside receiver out. You drop back. There's nowhere to throw it. Sanchez will probably get sacked.
Gain 14 with that one. And Sean Green's got 3 more. Kyle Love by the ankles. Now let's take a little peek at that AFC East right now. There you see the Bills. And that one loss was one where they squandered a late lead at Cincinnati last week, and they rebounded today.
And the other thing, look at the bottom, the 0-4 Miami Dolphins. That's not an easy out. It's not like you just go in there and you're going to beat them by 20 points. They got good defensive players. We saw that with Minnesota today, Jim. 0-4. How'd that work out?
Came back with a big blowout win. Sanchez, second catch of the game for Holmes. He's got 20.
Yeah, good pass protection. The Patriots know it's an obvious passing situation. They blitz Mark Sanchez and Devin McCourty from the corner, from the short side. Here he comes. Could have thrown it short, but no, he throws it up the field. Good alertness by everybody that time on the Jets side.
And Green running laterally, now cutting inside. It's a good piece of running too. Near a first. Moved away from Gary Guyton.
This is a Sean Green. This is a bright spot for the Jets. The style of running we are seeing from Sean Green. Straight ahead, breaks the tackle. And look at, he is delivering the blows.
Albert Hainsworth is down, and he looked to the sideline, actually to the Jet sideline first, and signaled he needed some assistance.
Albert Hainsworth, oh, that's cramps. So that's a good sign. See a player usually grab his toes like that. You think it's a cramp, but he's had knee, back. And you know, this Patriots defense, Jim, the defensive line, they thought they were so deep, had all this great depth when the season started, and injuries is decimated it. And Vince Wilfork, number 75, last week I think there were 70 plays run by the Raiders offense. Vince Wilfork was in for 69.
He's become quite the pass interceptor of late. Wilfork with a couple on the season.
Yeah, there you see Albert Hainsworth. Yeah, Vince Wilfork intercepted a pass last week, even straight-armed the defender, kicked his feet up a little like he was scooting. He was pretty proud of the move, I'll tell you that, when I talked to him on Friday.
Well, it's a short 2nd and 1. They go ahead and just jam it in there for the first for 5 yards.
I would say this for the Jets. They, of course, want to score a touchdown. We know that. Do it methodically. Let the defense rest. Does the defense have one more stand in it? If it does, give it back to the offense with just a chance to score a touchdown and win. That's the scenario that Rex Ryan wants.
They send Mulligan wide to the right. Again, we've seen Derek Mason in for 1 snap so far. Patriots come busting through. Sanchez unloads to Mulligan. And he is wrestled down by Guyton. And Sanchez slow to get up.
What a play by Sanchez. Got to be careful when you bring your receivers in motion. When they slow down, the defense knows it's the snap count. It's going to happen.
Watch his right hand right here.
Oh, boy, his hand and his wrist gets it folded back.
Yeah, against Carter's shoulder.
Boy, excellent throw, moving, falling backwards.
Picked up 4 with that, avoiding the sack. And Green is met right away by Mark Anderson.
Well, today the Jets said we're not going to check off at the line of scrimmage and change plays as much as we had in the past because they want to just go, here's a play, let's run it. Well, that was one time against the blitz. That draw inside, it has no chance. So you waste a down right there. 2 down territory. You've got to remember that. Sanchez does. If they throw, don't take a sack. Throw it away. Pick it up on 4th.
3rd and 6. And Tomlinson, the running back. And there is Mason. And a first down after a gain of 8.
Well, that is just rip it in there. What a catch. Mark Sanchez, he fires this thing in there. Of course, he has to. Look, there's a linebacker just sitting inside waiting. Spikes.
Eight minutes to play, first down. And 3 yards to Sean Green. We've got an update. James Brown has it from New York.
Tim Tebow started the second half for the Broncos, Boom.
That's right, it's Tebow time. 5 rushes on the day, 30 yards, including this quarterback draw for a touchdown. 2-point conversion is good, 26 to 18. 1 of 5 passing for 0 yards.
Doing what he does best. Jim Nantz and Phil Simms.
All right, thank you, fellas. McKay, he runs it in for the 2-pointer. So gets him within a 1-possession game, which the Jets are attempting to do here on this drive. 2nd and 7. Burris, somehow the ball comes out at the 10.
Good action, good decision by the quarterback. It's all perfect except what? The catch. They cover the John Connor in the flat. And that's a... Watch Burris. His eyes are going to go off of it. He's wanting to catch it and then run. And Mark Sanchez knows how big that drop was.
Now he'll take on a 3rd and 7. Timeout called by the Patriots. Patriots have 1 timeout left. 7:19 remaining here at Gillette Stadium. 11th play of this drive coming up. 5.5 minutes. You said it needed to be methodical, give the Jets defense a little breather. And of course it needed to be productive. 3rd and 7.
You got to think blitz just by watching the defensive backs, how they're lined up.
Touchdown, New York. Santonio Holmes. He beats Kyle Arrington.
Boy, nice throw, hanging in there. What protection. What a difference. I know the team is different. It's not the Baltimore Ravens defense, for sure. But the protection up front. They fake the blitz. Santonio Holmes just, the little head movement to the inside. The defenders go with it. And the anticipation right on the mark with that throw. Sanchez.
Holmes vocal this week in practice. A lot of folks felt he might be good for a touchdown here this week. And of course he had that magnificent touchdown in the divisional playoff game. Polk adds the extra point. Sanchez throws for 65 yards on that drive, and it's a 6-point game. For those of you expecting to see 60 Minutes, you're watching the NFL on CBS. The Jets and Patriots. Jim Nantz, Phil Simms here. 27-21 game. The Jets cutting into it just a moment ago. 60 Minutes will be seen in its entirety immediately after the game, except on the West Coast. It'll be seen at its regularly scheduled time. Ridley from the goal line. Hesitated for a second. Now tries to kick it into gear, but the Jets are waiting for him. 22-yard run back.
Jim, let's go back and look at that touchdown. Santonio Holmes, here he is. Kyle Arrington is covering him. And then watch the safety. As the play unfolds, watch Santonio Holmes as he avoids the first defender. And then as he goes down the field, that little move, you can see his head go to the inside. Sanchez anticipates the throw for the touchdown. And of course, Nick Mangold, what a difference having him in the line. Puts that big left hand out there. Says, I got that side. Let me go to the right, help them out. The leader on the offensive line is back. It has been a big difference for the Jets up front.
Green Ellis hurdles past the first hit and takes it to the 30. 8 yards on first down.
Well, Mark Sanchez, give a little love out there. You get a touchdown. Of course, go to the big guys first. Those are the ones that make it happen. We found out last week in the NFL, if your line, if it's not performing, then your football team, your quarterback, receivers, and running backs, they all suffer. Nick Mangold, what a day for him.
The comeback from that high ankle sprain. Brady with the keep trying to get it on 2nd and 2. And they've got it spotted for enough for the first.
Well, they love that quarterback sneak. They read the front. Tom Brady reads the defensive front in certain situations. He tapped the center and just goes forward fast. Look, nobody over Brian Waters. That was the key. So if they're going to give you that big gap, why turn around, hand it off, and delay the process?
Great blocking for Green Ellis. He went a while before there was anyone within 5 yards of him. Picks up 15.
Well, the Jets said, we'll let him run. It's too late. You can't do that anymore. Look at the blocking up front. Logan Mankins. Again, Rob Gronkowski had Westerman to the outside, pushed him to the outside, and then Green Ellis to the inside.
Green Ellis has 100 yards on the nose, plus a couple of touchdowns. And the Patriots have a first down with 5 minutes and change to go. They keep working him. I mean, he's gone 8, 15, and another 6. The 3 carries on this drive. By the way, next week, regional action on CBS and some good matchups. Buffalo will travel down to the Giants. Many will see that. Plus, Houston and Baltimore to large parts of the country. It all starts with the NFL today at noon Eastern Time, presented by Southwest Airlines.
The Jets just had a mass substitution. They got to get the run stoppers in there. That's Mike DeVito, Sione Bauha. I mean, those are the two main guys. They're going to play a run-stopping defense this time. 5 across.
Green Ellis. Well, it makes a difference with them out there, doesn't it? No gain. As it's just, in fact, those two guys you mentioned, Bauha and DeVito on the tackle.
Well, you can see what the Patriots are doing. This is what you want. 3rd and 4. Now, Rex Ryan always says, I hold a few defensive calls back. Well, if you've held one back today, bring it out right now. And I'd want a call that gets to the quarterback. If you got a blitz you haven't used, use it right here.
Ocho Cinco into the lineup for the Patriots.
It's going to be a pressure defense, no doubt, and a good timeout by the Patriots.
That is their last timeout. 3:43 remaining, and 3rd and 4 coming up out of the break. Well, you said just a few minutes ago, Phil, that Rex Ryan always does some blitz packages. How do you protect it?
Well, I know one thing. If he has it, the Patriots have many ways to protect. Look at his direct snap.
Green Ellis taken off. And Cromartie didn't try to put an arm around him, as Green Ellis just kind of pushed him back for another couple. 14 yards gained.
They got him in man-to-man coverage. Look at it. A quick snap. Look at the blocking out front. How about Matt Light? What a day. And that play is getting harder to diagnose if you're a defender, because now they offset the running back. He doesn't stand real close to Tom Brady. Well, that's pretty close that time. But it seems like they run this almost every single week. It's a pressure call. In other words, the coaches are saying, this play is going to work because of the situation.
Green Ellis able to get away from Wilkerson. Wait till you see what's happened in Denver. James Brown has the update.
Tebow providing a spark, Jim.
Jim and Phil, here's Tim Tebow. He's going to drop off a little screen pass to Noshawn Moreno. He's going to take it 28 yards for the touchdown, making the score 26-24. The 2-point attempt failed. Broncos have to kick off to the Chargers.
3:19 left in regulation, Jim.
All right, thank you, guys. No matter what the outcome here, you have to think the Tim Tebow era in Denver
It's
officially underway.
Yes.
Going into a bye next week. 2nd down and 5. And Green Ellis, patient.
Got to call a timeout.
To the 24. Picks up 3. And there is the timeout, leaving the Jets with 2. So the Broncos fail on the 2-point try. They pass from Tebow to Lloyd. We'll keep you posted on that game.
If that had been just a few more seconds, had run off the clock, Rex Ryan should have just let it run on down to the 2-minute warning. But saving 13 seconds, it was worth a timeout right here.
Patriots are right back to one of those 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4s coming up. And meanwhile, their schedule, Dallas will be in here next week, then the bye, then at Pittsburgh. We'll be there for that one. They host the Giants, and then at the Jets. Wow, look at that stretch. Dallas, Pittsburgh, Giants, Jets. Don't see any gimmies in there.
Well, I'm trying to find out where the gimmies are in the NFL right now,
Yeah.
but you're right. That's a tough schedule for the Patriots.
Belichick and the Patriots riding Green Ellis heavily on this series. He's picked up 51 yards on this drive.
This is the game for the New York Jets right here. Almost no chance to come back unless a turnover if they don't stop this 3rd down picked up by the Patriots.
They need 2, and they've got it with ease. Gronkowski down to the 15 and down to the 2-minute warning. Picks up 7 on a 3rd and 2. 2-minute warning.
Well, you know, the New York Jets with one timeout
Can they somehow get the ball back?
Only on a fumble, Jim. Even if they get it back, it's going to be with a few seconds left in the game.
They have 2 timeouts.
I'm sorry.
left.
Jets have 2 timeouts. I'm wrong. I looked up and saw 1, so my fault.
Green Ellis again, big chunks.
The backside, a tired defensive team. They get running towards the run. They can't stop the cutback. It's wide open for a big gain.
Green Ellis, who has never fumbled in his NFL career. How about that? Here's the lineup tonight on CBS. It begins with 60 Minutes and a fascinating story about Drew Rosenhaus and some of his influences around the NFL as an agent. At 60 Minutes, then a new Amazing Race, The Good Wife, CSI Miami. Tonight only CBS.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I looked over. I saw 1 timeout, but there was 2. But that'll keep you in the lineup too, Jim. Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis, if you don't fumble it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's look, you know, around here in New England, jump off sides, fumble the ball, do something wrong, you might be out of the lineup for 4 weeks.
And that's in over 400 career carries.
How about that? You know you're going to run the ball.
Here he goes again. Outside, and Poole brings him down. Let's see the spot. Well, it looks like it might be inches short.
Rex Ryan going to wait till after this play before he uses his last timeout.
Snap was a little shaky here,
Yeah,
I think, Phil.
I think you're right. I think Tom Brady had a hard time. Oh, boy, stay in there. He gets out a little too quick. And Dixon did a good job of flying underneath there, trying to disrupt it.
Well, here you go, 3rd and 1. And Ellis is stopped. Stopped by Eric Smith, who comes up, and now they'll take that timeout.
Well, that was good use of the timeouts by Rex Ryan. From the outside, the lead blocker, nobody there to block Eric Smith.
That is some hit by Eric Smith. Again, they had just inches to go. I was kind of expecting that Brady quarterback sneak, which is almost automatic.
Yeah, not against that defensive front the way they were playing. They had it covered that time.
So
They ran, Jim, I'm sorry, they ran the right play, go off tackle.
Gostowski comes out to try to make it a 2-score differential. And again, as we noted earlier in this quarter, he's got the long 4th quarter streak going of 32 in a row, longest active in the league. It'll be Danny Aiken snapping it back to Mesco. We'll call it 27 yards. And the kick is good. Boy, they had that football a long time. 6 minutes and 12 seconds on that possession.
Well, Tom Brady kind of said to us on Friday, and of course not second guessing the coaches, I don't know why we're getting under center so much. I like the shotgun, and I'll tell you why you get under the center. Running the football. We saw it last week, and today the Patriots' power running game is the reason why they won. And then Matt Light, boy, he had a terrific day blocking over there.
Another 30-point performance by the Patriots, but the main thing is that long time-consuming drive nets a field goal and a 2-possession swing.
Well, you remember in the first half when they had that other drive, they just lined up and it was one snap after another where they got 4 and 5 yards.
Now, Jonathan Kraft flanking his father there. Our good friend George Schweitzer right there.
See, Big George.
Only CBS. Sandy Weil. As they wait to see these last 62 seconds play out.
Well, if they hang on here, always a good win to beat a bitter rival. But But I thought the Patriots running the football and the progression of their tight ends, Gronkowski and Hernandez, how they've improved since their first year, that was the difference. Because the Jets did a good job outside covering the receivers, but those tight ends, the matchups, even against defensive backs, the Patriot tight ends won.
What did you make out of the Jets here today?
I think there's a lot of positives. I do. I thought the offense showed a little signs of life, Jim. The biggest thing is they got to now build on this. Little confidence. They ran the football better. I think we saw who they want to become a little bit.
That's Holmes with the catch. Got 3 catches here in the quarter, 4 for the game, including a touchdown.
This offense is not going to put up dazzling numbers and throw for 350 yards. It's about managing the game, let their offense make the play, defense make the play.
What a hit. Somehow he stayed up. That was Curley with the catch for 23.
No timeouts. I'd spike the ball right here.
There's your spike with 26 seconds to play. And again, no timeouts left. Oh, how Curley didn't fall after this. That's Ihedibo, the former Jet. And then Arrington. I think Arrington helped keep him upright. Pretty good find here. Jeremy Curley.
Yes, draft pick, TCU boy, right?
5th round. Now 21 seconds to go.
I was going to say, if he completed that pass, I would come down, spike it, kick the field goal, try to onside kick it. That's what I would have done, but all for naught because Plexico Burress drops it. Does that sound right to you?
Yeah, I agree with that strategy. I do. That would have been about a 53-yarder. I mean,
it's okay.
Yep.
At least it gives you a chance.
Yep. And at last they get to Sanchez. Mark Anderson. That will end it.
Well, Mark Anderson seems like every week he has a big sack late.
Not another snap. Patriots tie the team record with 19 straight home regular season wins. To improve to 4-1, the Jets fall to 2-3. For Phil Simms and all the crew, Jim Nantz saying so long from Gillette Stadium. Let's go to James Brown in New York.
All right, Jim, Bill Belichick.